Hello viewers, this is your host Shobhik, and with me I have my co-host Monisha, and
Hello.
welcome to a very special segment where we round up the biggest stories of the year. So the segment is called The Year That Was, and let us look at the biggest stories of Assam that created a mark for 2023. So Monisha, I think beginning with our first story of this year, that is the APSC scam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just take our viewers through what was the APSC scam.
So the APSC scam, Assam government has suspended 21 civil servants in connection with this scam. So at least 6 people were arrested who were involved in this scandal.
Mm-hmm. And I think a single person inquiry commission was also set up,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that person's name was Justice Retired Biplab Kumar Sharma. And the one-man inquiry commission filed a report dealing anomalies in the recruitment that happened, and a lot of people were found taking undue advantage for increasing of marks to get the job. So I think how many people were arrested in that case?
At least 6 people were arrested as of now, and 21 civil servants in connection with the APSC, they were suspended.
Okay. So the suspended officers, I think, received recommendations, and their marks were enhanced through unfair means. And I think a special investigation team was also set up to probe allegations against 34 officers that were selected in the 2013 batch by APSC, right? So I think that was a very big progress in the scam that had unfolded a few years ago, and the prime accused Rakesh Paul, who was named in the APSC Cash for Job scam. So a lot of progress went through in the year 2023, right?
Yeah.
So I think the arrest numbers that stands at 6 is a significant number in regards to the case, and I think it has done quite a good amount of progress in the investigation.
Yes.
So let's hope for the best, and let's wait to see what the justice system brings about, and we hope that the people, the candidates that tried really hard to get justice, and the candidates who could not make it even after having good amount of marks, and a few people were given posts with unfair means. So I think the people of Assam should get justice, right?
Justice, yeah.
So I think another issue that was pretty phenomenal was the land forgery case that happened this year, right?
Yeah.
So can you please take our viewers regarding what was the issue?
Yeah. The Assam police recently uncovered a significant fake land document racket in Guwahati. So government took the action to they formed the SIT to bust the racket in Guwahati.
Okay. I think the scandal also involved several influential people, including government employees and advocates, underscoring the complexity of the case. Because the involvement of government bodies, employees, and some high-value individuals speaks about the volume of the scam that has been taking place. So I think with 2 scams to begin with. The second one, I would not like to term it as a scam, but it was a land forgery case. But there's a lot of anomalies that has been happening this year, right? So I think the Assam Chief Minister also gave some directives, right?
Yes. So Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has directed DCs and circle officers to ensure a comprehensive investigation into this case.
So I think the CM also expressed concerns about land sharks and other unscrupulous elements trying to forcefully take away lands from genuine owners, right? So that is one thing that has been going on under the blanket, but thankfully the special investigation team was able to dig out what was the case, and there is the investigation is going on right now, right?
It's still going on, it's still going on.
So hopefully, like the first APSC scam that we said, people are looking forward to get justice. For this land forgery scam also, I think some output should be there.
Genuine people can
the genuine
they get
people,
justice.
Absolutely, people who own the lands, people who bought their lands with their hard-earned money, people who got lands passed down from generations. You know how hard it might feel for people to lose their land in a flick of a night. So I think justice is required for the people of the state. So coming to our next topic, the Alpha I, United Liberation Front of Assam Independent, has been trying to make its presence felt. So there has been a series of blasts, I think grenade blasts, if I'm not wrong, So they have been trying to create some disturbance in the state. There was a long-standing peace that happened since the past few years, but this year, 2023, especially the second half of the year, I think a lot of disturbances took place, especially in the upper part of
upper part in Tinsukia, Sibsagar, and Jorhat district in Assam.
Right. So I think some renewed tensions have come up in the state again with this kind of attacks that took place. I think the recent one was some grenade that was hurled at an army camp, right? So can you just brief our readers about what had happened actually?
So recent blast occurred at Jorhat near the army camp.
Right. And I think apart from the army camp that was targeted, I think multiple blasts took place in Sibsagar and Tinsukia also, right?
as well. Yeah.
So I think with Alpha I claiming responsible to the blasts, it is pretty evident that they are trying to create a mark in the state by creating some kind of tensions. We are not exactly sure about the intentions, but with the recent trend of hiring more and more youths into the camp, I can see that they are trying to, make their presence felt, and
even police are like arresting people who are like supporting the Alpha, the band outfit.
Right. So I think they are trying to expand their operations with the number of people being hired recently. It is pretty evident that they are cooking something.
Yeah.
And also they are in a war of words with the DGP of Assam Police, Mr. GP Singh. So GP Singh has clearly stated that if you have any riff with him, then to target him, not the people of the state. And I think Alpha I has been recently releasing a lot of press statements, right? Saying that the reaction towards the claims made by GP Singh. So that is something pretty tensed, I would say, that's happening right now. But we are pretty confident of the state police authorities who have been able to keep things under control. And it's just a matter of time to see that how things turn out. The Alpha I clarified their blasts by saying that they are trying to give a stern warning to the people in power and not harm the innocent people of the state. But surprisingly, the blasts that had been happening in the state were, in civilian locations. So it actually poses a threat. But let's hope for the best that the hard-earned peace that we have got in Assam is not disturbed pretty soon. And also, while shooting this episode and the time when the episode is aired, till that time we have come to know that Alpha is in talks with the government to sign a peace accord, but we are yet to get an update on that, but we'll definitely let you know once that happens. So going to our next topic, Monisha, why don't you take our viewers to what is the next biggest story of this year?
Okay, the next biggest story is delimitation exercise in Assam.
I think the Election Commission issued a final report on Assam's delimitation on August 11, defining it as a process of fixing boundaries for legislative constituencies based on population changes. And I think with the draft, the 126 assemblies that existed in the state along with 14 Lok Sabha seats were reduced, right? So they were revised, and the names of 19 assemblies and one parliamentary constituency was given in the final order. So I think this created a pretty much a good amount of confusion among the people of the state, right? I think the proposed changes in the delimitation exercise included pairing of sub-constituencies, right? So can you just let our viewers know what were those constituencies that were paired? So
the paired constituencies are Darang Udalguri, Hajo Hualkusi, Boko Chaigao, Nogao Batadraba, Bhawanipur Horbhog, and Algapur Kalichera.
So I think the 4 districts were also merged. But after the delimitation, the state cabinet also restored them with new boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think this step by the state government was not taken very well by some of the people of the state. So the delimitation exercise was not welcomed by some of the communities, and minority and indigenous groups, I think, expressed discontent regarding it, right? So I think the main reason behind it was because of the reduction of sitting. And the sitting legislators also expressed discontent because they definitely lost some constituencies when some were merged. and this delimitation was done according to the more recent 2011 census and not the 2001 census. That was also another of the reason due to which people were kind of discontent. But nonetheless, with the new constituencies in place and the upcoming 2026 state elections, it will be interesting to see with the reduced number of constituencies and seats how the election takes place. But nonetheless, this was one of the biggest implementations done for this year. And coming to the next topic that was pretty big for 2023 is my personal favorite actually. There was a massive crackdown on Assam child marriage, right?
Yes.
So I think this was one of the best things to have happened in 2023 for the people of Assam. And a lot of arrests were also made. If I'm not wrong, around 5,000 people were arrested who had, taken part in child marriages or who tried to get married to minors. And this crackdown led to a lot of people, getting respite from marriages before they turn 18 for girls. And I think this is a step that is commendable. And the operation was done actually in two phases, one in February and one in October. And as I said, it resulted to more than 5,000 arrests, predominantly in districts, surprisingly with a significant minority community presence. But nonetheless, what's wrong is wrong. And the crackdown on the Assam child marriage was something, I think, for which the state government should be lauded, right?
Yes, definitely.
So I think there was some data by NFHS 5 also that was released by 2022. Can you please let our viewers know regarding what was it?
Okay, the initiative was prompted by alarming underage marriage rates estimated by the National Family Health Survey 5 released in 2022, and the government intends to continue the campaign until 2026 state elections.
Right. And I think this crackdown also gained national attention.
Yes, definitely.
While some people tried to term it as terrorizing the public. But what we feel, or as a citizen of the state feel, crackdown on child marriage is something that should be done very rapidly. Because this actually gives the children a chance to live their life, because once they are married off, most probably in situations where they belong to the below poverty line, they are subjected to a lot of torture. So they are subjected to losing their freedom, and they are not being able to live like children, right?
Yes.
So that is something we actually appreciate. And another significant impact that happened in the state along with the crackdown on Assam child marriage was the ban of polygamy. This might come as very interesting to you, but polygamy was accepted in some sections of tribes in Northeast, especially Assam. So the Chief Minister in his cabinet revealed plans to introduce a bill in February 2024 to ban polygamy in the state. So if that bill is passed in February 2024, polygamy, which is prevalent in some sections of the tribes, will be completely banned in Assam by next year.
Yes.
Right? So that is another welcoming move. And if you can just, for people who are not aware of what polygamy is, Monisha, can you please tell us what that actually means?
Okay, so the polygamy, the practice is of marrying multiple spouses, and is the target of the proposed legislation.
Another interesting point that was pointed out by Mr. Sharma was that there will be some interesting pointers included in the bill that will be passed. And I think one very important point he mentioned was that of love jihad.
Yes.
So he indicated that the bill will incorporate some specific points to prevent love jihad in the state.
Yes.
So with this announcement, I think this bill will be pretty much stringent. And that is something that should be put in place, what we feel. And do let us know what you also feel in the comments below, because your opinion also matters. And I think some public feedback will also be taken, right?
Yes.
So what was those? Like, can you just take us to the number of suggestions that were received by the government?
Yes, the number of suggestions that have received is 149 to a public notice seeking input on the proposed law. Of this, 146 were in favor of the bill, reflecting strong public support while 3 expressed opposition.
I think an expert committee was also set up, and it actually examined the legislative competence of the state legislature to enact the law, and after the competence was consulted with various stakeholders, the committee affirmed that the legislator's competence was there to pass the polygamy ban in the state, right?
Yes.
So this is one strong welcome move that we can see. So there is a very pretty high chance that this polygamy ban bill will be passed by the state of Assam in 2024. Right?
Yes.
So coming to our next topic, Monisha, can you just help us with the biggest story, another biggest story of 2024?
Well, so another biggest story is like infiltration of Rohingyas through Assam. So like Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma expressed alarm over the influx of Rohingya infiltrators from Bangladesh through Assam's Karimganj district, highlighting it as a national security threat.
I think he also pointed out a network of brokers that were pretty much active in smuggling Rohingya refugees into the state.
Yes.
And with the recent influx of Rohingyas, there has been a lot of these kind of immigrants that have been found present in other parts of the country also. And the world's biggest refugee camp for Rohingyas, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that's in Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh.
Yes.
So, just to ensure that we do not turn up like another refugee camp of Cox's Bazar, this move was taken by the state. So along with this, I think there was some strong police action in Tripura too, right?
Yes. So Assam police teams are actively working in Tripura to identify and apprehend the brokers responsible for the infiltration. The cooperation of central agencies and the Tripura government has been sought to intensify efforts against these brokers.
So I think according to Chief Minister, he also mentioned a very interesting point that Assam is being used as a corridor to smuggle Rohingyas up till Delhi and Kashmir. So our state is basically a landing point where Rohingyas enter. Rohingyas do enter through Tripura also because there are quite a few border areas that is unfenced where Rohingyas can easily walk in through Bangladesh. So I think steps have been taken by the DGP and Karimganj SP to enhance vigilance along the borders.
Yes.
And there have been enough steps taken to prevent further infiltration. So along with that, a joint operation by NIA, the National Investigation Agency, and the Assam Police led to the trackdown of 47 touts and middlemen that were acting as brokers to smuggle Rohingyas into the country.
Yes.
Right? So I think these individuals were located in various locations.
Yes. So like it includes Tripura, Assam, West Bengal, Karnataka, Haryana, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu.
So from humans to insects. The next topic brings us to the pest infestation that happened in the state. So there was an infestation of rice swarming pests. The caterpillars in numerous districts of Assam infested crops, and these caterpillars are commonly known as army worms, and they caused extensive damage to the crops and cultivations in the state, amounting to around 28,000 hectares of paddy fields in Assam.
Yeah, it's in nearly 15 districts. Right. The pest infestation occurred just as the paddy crops were nearing maturity and on the verge of harvesting.
So you're absolutely right. As you say, they were nearing harvesting.
Yes.
I can really understand that farmers suffering losses when it is almost time to harvest these crops can have a very, very bad impact not only on the financial status of those poor people but also in the food chain supply in the state. Yes. So with this, I think there was a rise in the price of paddy in the state, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
But thankfully things were brought under control, and this is not an isolated incident. There have been multiple incidents that had happened in the past too. So I think there was another incident of army worms infestation that happened in 2016, right?
Yes. So the severity of the current situation is notable. Unlike the limited impact in 2016, this year's invasion has led to a total wipeout of crops for farmers in approximately half of the state.
Right, and experts also say that this warm climate was actually a favorable condition for this infestation of armyworms. So this also, the climate change basically also led to the infestation, but the serious infestation was finally controlled, and the pests actually did not do that amount of extensive damage that we had thought it would do. But nonetheless, it actually damaged 28,000 hectares of land across 15 districts. That is also a massive number if you take that into consideration,
definitely.
Right?
So our next topic is New Education Policy 2020, which rolled out in Assam. So on 6 June, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma launched a new education policy for the higher educational institutes of the state.
I think under the new policy, class 10 exams will be shunned, and there will be board exams in class 12. So the class 10 examinations that used to happen in board will now be conducted by school authorities, post which students can easily transition to class 11, right? And along with that, I think there were two bodies that were functioning for the education in the state. One was SEBA and another was AHSEC. But the state government has taken a landmark decision to combine both and make it into a single entity to develop, regulate and supervise the standards and quality of education in Assam.
School education, yes.
Right? So coming to the next topic, which is very interesting, and you all might already know and might have witnessed it on your TV screens and on your mobile phones through live broadcasts. It's none other than Assam created Guinness World Record. Yes, in the month of April, Assam created not only one, but two Guinness World Records. And I think the first one was
Bihu dance and Bihu dhol records.
Right. So Assam government, what they did was they performed Bihu dance and Bihu dhol in a single venue with our Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnessing the landmark event. So in that event, 11,304 dancers took part in that event and were able to create a mark, not only mark but also create a Guinness World Record. And the next record is basically the next record is the mega plantation drive that happened, right?
Yes.
So what was that, if you can just take our viewers through it?
So additionally, the Assam government secured 9 Guinness World Record certificates for its mega plantation drive conducted under the Amrit Vriksha Andolan campaign. So on a single day, September 17, more than 1 crore seedlings of commercially valuable tree species were planted across the state, earning accolades and recognition on a global scale.
That's massive. More than 1 crore 11 lakh saplings is not a small number, and achieving that feat is actually worthy of getting a Guinness World Record.
Definitely.
So as an Assamese, we are actually proud of getting 2 Guinness records registered to our name, and we hope to get more accolades in the future. So with this, I think there were 4 world records that were created. One was the Bihu dance, the second was the Bihu dhol, the third one was the mega plantation drive, and the fourth one was the biggest online photo gallery of handwritten notes. So with this, we have 4 Guinness World Records to our accolade, and hope to get some more Guinness World Records next year.
Hope so in future.
Absolutely. And this actually gives a lot of hope and happiness to the people of the state. So definitely we are creating a solid mark, a strong mark at a global scale. So we are almost at the end of our impactful stories this year, but we think we have a very small list of special mentions that we thought you should know. These are some of the special mentions that has made a mark on a global scale, and the first one was India surpassed China to become the world's most populous country. In 2022, India surpassed China and registered a population of 142 crores, making us the largest country with maximum population on this planet Earth. And coming to our next topic was a sad one, basically. It was, I think, the Manipur violence.
Definitely, and at least 175 people have been killed and more than 70,000 have fled their homes in Manipur since the violence erupted on May 3.
So the next one is also a very remarkable feat that India had achieved in its first try, and this is something that nobody could achieve it before. It's none other than India's Chandrayaan 3 mission. that was sent to the south pole of the moon, and in its first try we were able to land on the surface, and this is something that was applauded by all around the world, including the NASA, who congratulated India on its remarkable feat and said that this is something that they too weren't expecting that we would do it. So we are very proud Indians to have landed on the farthest pole of the moon in a first try, and that is something that nobody has seen before. And the Chandrayaan-3 mission carried out special experiments on the surface of the moon, and it also went successfully, right?
Yes.
And I think the last but not the least topic of 2023 was the
Uttarkashi tunnel collapse, where the 41 trapped workers rescued after 17 days.
So that was a story that everyone in the country followed very closely. So 41 workers that were working inside the Uttarkashi tunnel that was under construction were trapped as the tunnel broke from inside and fell and blocking them completely. So they were stuck for 17 days, but ultimately they were rescued with a method known as rat hole mining.
Yes.
So there were some experts called in from abroad who were working in day and night along with 5 agencies, including NDRF, to rescue the trapped workers. But the images on the 17th day that showed the happiness on the face of those 41 trapped workers who were finally rescued, it definitely gives us a ray of hope that, no matter where our people get stuck, we will definitely go ahead and rescue them whenever the need arises. And kudos to the rescuers, to our government, and kudos to NDRF and the agencies that worked in day and night to secure the safe rescue of those 41 trapped workers. And viewers, with that we come to an end to a fantastic year 2023 that has been. And we will see you next year with the biggest stories once again. Till then, signing off with me here is Monisha, and this is Shobhik. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe on all our social media channels. Till then, bye-bye, take care.
Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the Assam Tribune.